Welcome to my TED Talk. I'd like to bring to light a very serious topic, the moral responsibility that we have to people suffering from suicidal behavior, even in situations where their suffering feels overwhelming. Suicide ends the possibility of future change. And this is important because someone suffering from depression or distress sees their future in a distorted way. The article Ethical Perspectives on Suicide and Suicide Prevention says that these states make the future appear bleaker than is in fact likely. And that matters because suicide is something that can't be undone. If someone's judgment is clouded even slightly, then choosing death based on that judgment cannot be morally justified. People recover, circumstances shift, and treatments improve. Ending life removes the chance for recovery. Suicide also harms others in ways that we can't ignore. We often talk about autonomy, even if not directly, the idea that people should control their own lives. But autonomy doesn't erase the impact that our choices have on others. Families, friends, and communities carry the emotional weight of suicide for years. Duty to others is a phrase also used in Ethical Perspectives on Suicide, and it means exactly what it sounds like. Even if someone believes that their suffering justifies suicide, the harm to those left behind is significant and unpredictable. This tells us that morally we can't treat suicide as an individual act. And finally, allowing suicide, even in limited cases, weakens our responsibility to protect vulnerable people. The Oxford Handbook of Suicide and Self-Injury explains that suicidal behavior is complex and often tied to treatable mental illness. And if we start labeling some suicides as acceptable, then we risk reducing efforts to help people who could recover. We also risk sending the message that some lives are less worth protecting, and that's a dangerous precedent. So here's the point I want to leave with you. Suicide is not morally permissible, not because suffering isn't real, but because suicide removes the possibility of future change. It it harms others in ways that we cannot ethically ignore and undermines the responsibility that we have to care for people who are struggling. The moral response to suffering isn't to permit suicide. It's to strengthen support treatment and connection. Thank you.
I think that was all right.